Imagine opening your eyes one morning and realizing something unsettling. The world around you is buzzing louder than ever. News updates flash, notifications scream. Social media never sleeps. But beneath this endless noise, something crucial is slipping away. What is vanishing is not technology, not opportunity, not even freedom. It is something far more powerful, yet invisible. It is the ability to think deeply, clearly, independently. And without it, everything else begins to crumble silently. Picture a society where curiosity no longer thrives, where questioning feels unnecessary, even dangerous, where reflection is replaced with reaction and understanding with approval. This isn't a futuristic warning. This is our reality today. The modern world rewards speed, not depth. It celebrates instant answers, not careful reflection. It promotes conformity, not exploration. And as a result, critical thought, the lifeblood of progress, weakens. Instead of analyzing, people share headlines without reading them. Instead of questioning, they trust popularity as proof. Instead of searching for truth, they follow whatever trend dominates. And this is exactly how control begins. This decline is not stupidity in the old sense. It is something subtler, more dangerous, and more contagious. It is the quiet sleep of thought, a sleep that leaves people awake physically, yet asleep mentally. When this sleep spreads, people hand over their judgment. Algorithms decide what they see. Influencers shape what they believe. Institutions tell them what to trust, and somewhere in that process, independence fades. Why should you care? Because freedom depends on thought. A society that no longer questions is a society already controlled. History shows us what happens when minds go silent. The powerful grow stronger, while individuals lose everything. Think about your own habits. When was the last time you heard something provocative and paused? When did you resist the urge to instantly react? When did you explore before choosing a side? For many, the answer is rare, too rare. The reason is simple. Thinking is uncomfortable. It forces us to slow down in a world built on speed. It demands focus in a culture addicted to distraction. And it challenges beliefs we cling to for identity and comfort. Schools rarely solve this problem. Most education systems don't teach how to think. They teach what to memorize and when to obey. Children quickly learn. Don't question, just repeat. And adults carry that lesson for life. But silence is not harmless. It is deadly. When people stop questioning, truth loses its power. When truth disappears, manipulation grows stronger. And when manipulation rules, freedom is already gone. That is why this message matters. It is not just about philosophy. It is about survival. Because the less people think, the more they surrender. And those who gain are always the ones in power. So I ask you, will you trade your mind for comfort? Or will you fight to reclaim your ability to think? Stay with me, because in the next part, we will expose the hidden forces working tirelessly to weaken your ability to question, reflect, and reason. To see why critical thinking fades, look deeper. Its disappearance is not random, not accidental. Powerful systems are designed to suppress thought deliberately. The first force is overwhelming information overload. Every day your brain absorbs endless data, ads, alerts, messages, memes, updates, headlines. This river of input never slows or ends. Decades ago, people consumed far less daily. Now the same flood arrives within hours. Your brain, overwhelmed, cannot process everything critically. So it takes shortcuts to survive the storm. Instead of reflection, it follows familiar patterns. Instead of questioning, it copies social signals. Instead of truth, it accepts simple popularity. This habit is called the power of social proof. If something shows thousands of likes, people trust. If a video trends quickly, people believe. It isn't reason, it's instinct badly misused. Those who manipulate this gain extraordinary control. But overload isn't the only silent enemy. We are also losing the practice of reading. Not just reading headlines, but true deep reading. Today we skim, scroll, swipe, and shift constantly. Brains adapt to this fractured digital behavior. They optimize for speed, not for depth. But critical thinking requires deep concentration and patience. Without focus, reflection collapses almost instantly every time. Ask yourself this uncomfortable question right now. When was the last time you read fully? When did you finish an article without distraction? When did you pause before reacting to content? Chances are, those moments are disappearing from memory. Why? Because our environment discourages patience and depth. Apps, feeds, and platforms reward speed, not silence. They thrive on endless reaction, not thoughtful reasoning. Engagement, not truth, is the ultimate currency online. And engagement grows fastest through outrage and division. Understanding is slow, but outrage spreads like wildfire. This design makes deep thought feel almost obsolete. The problem is not only technological, though, it is also emotional and profoundly cultural. Thinking forces us to face uncomfortable contradictions. It asks us to question treasured personal beliefs. That process feels threatening to identity and ego. Modern culture values certainty, not humility or doubt. Confidence is rewarded, while curiosity feels inconvenient. So instead of reflecting, people defend their tribes. They repeat slogans instead of exploring new arguments. They cancel, retreat, and hide behind shallow certainty. And anyone daring to question risks rejection or silence. This suppression happens in schools, workplaces, and friendships. Children learn memorization matters more than imagination. Adults quickly learn questioning carries dangerous social costs. So silence spreads, while conformity appears safe and natural. Philosophers and critics warned of this decades earlier. They saw media and institutions manufacturing blind consent. They predicted passive populations could be easily controlled. Today, those warnings echo louder than ever before. The result is chilling for every free society. When people stop thinking, they stop resisting manipulation, and when resistance disappears, freedom quietly slips away. Awareness is always the first powerful step. Once you see the system's control weakens immediately. Once you reclaim focus, your independence grows stronger. And once you choose courage, manipulation loses its hold. Stay with me, because the next part explores your mind directly. You will discover how your brain deceives you. You will see why smart people believe lies, and you will learn how group conformity destroys truth. To understand collective decline, we must go inward. The battlefield is not only society, but mind. Your brain, though powerful, often deceives you quietly. It prefers speed and comfort over difficult truth. Psychologists describe two distinct modes of thinking. The first mode is fast, emotional, automatic. The second mode is slow, deliberate, careful. Most people rely heavily on the fast system. Why? Because slow thinking requires energy and patience. In a busy world, effort feels exhausting. So instinct dominates, and reflection quietly disappears. This is fertile ground for manipulation and control. Politicians and marketers understand these mental shortcuts deeply. They package complex issues into simple, catchy binaries. They use emotional words to bypass rational defense. They repeat slogans until they feel strangely familiar. Familiarity creates dangerous illusions of truth. People accept repeated claims without real evidence. This bias is called confirmation bias. Powerful. Once accepted, beliefs resist logic and stubbornly persist. Consider your own life for a moment. How often do you test opposing perspectives? How often do you listen without countering? If you are honest, probably not often. That reluctance is not weakness, it is human nature. But when unnoticed, it becomes dangerous and limiting. Entire societies fall into mental traps collectively. This pattern is known as dangerous groupthink. Groupthink arises from fear of conflict or exclusion. Members value harmony above truth and clear analysis. Dissent feels risky, so voices remain tragically silent. The result is irrational choices and avoidable mistakes. History holds countless examples of groupthink disasters. Leaders ignored warnings and caused economic or political collapse. Teams overlooked flaws and created catastrophic corporate failures. Nations pursued wars built entirely on false assumptions. Why does this happen even to intelligent groups? Because belonging feels safer than standing alone bravely. Because challenging consensus risks rejection or public humiliation. Because most people choose safety instead of clarity. Yet progress never comes from blind conformity. History celebrates rebels who dared to think differently. Galileo questioned dogma despite threats from powerful authorities. Darwin faced ridicule but transformed human understanding forever. Martin Luther King endured hatred, yet spoke anyway. These thinkers risked rejection but reshaped the world. Their courage to resist groupthink fueled human progress. And today, that courage is needed once again. To think critically is to rebel quietly. It means choosing clarity when comfort feels tempting. It means questioning when silence seems far safer. It means embracing risk for the sake of truth. The cost is real and should not vanish. Critical thinkers may be mocked, doubted, or ignored. They may face rejection from friends or family, but the reward is priceless, genuine, intellectual freedom. That freedom brings clarity, calm, and self-respect. It protects against manipulation, fear, and blind conformity. It ensures your beliefs are yours, not imposed. And that independence is rare but absolutely powerful. Now ask yourself another difficult personal question. Why do so many people feel unfulfilled today? Why do anxiety and restlessness rise despite abundance? The answer lies not in possessions, but habits. We have lost the practice of inner dialogue. Instead of thinking, we outsource judgment to algorithms. Instead of reflection, we consume trending narratives endlessly. Instead of wisdom, we chase hollow validation online. No machine can reveal your personal truth. No viral trend can replace honest reflection. No group identity can substitute your inner voice. True thinking begins only when you turn inward. We have reached the heart of this journey. The final truth is more unsettling than expected. Critical thinking is disappearing not from incapability alone. It vanishes because people fear what it reveals. To think critically means questioning your deepest attachments. It means examining beliefs tied tightly to identity. And in today's world, identity feels untouchable, sacred. Challenging ideas now feels like challenging entire personal worth. But here lies the greatest dangerous illusion. You are not your party, not ideology. You are not defined by borrowed narratives. You are a human being, always evolving. True evolution begins when identity loosens its grip, when you detach worth from rigid belief systems, when you see that growth requires painful questioning. Only then does critical thinking awaken fully alive. This is why thinking is more than intellect. It is a spiritual act of courage. It means choosing truth over comfort every time. It means growth over certainty, freedom over approval. The light of awareness burns painfully at first. It exposes manipulation, lies, and masks around you. It reveals illusions once mistaken for absolute reality. And yes, that can feel overwhelming, even frightening. But reality, though uncomfortable, is always liberating eventually. Only reality provides a foundation for authentic freedom. Only truth allows individuals to live with integrity, and only awareness creates societies resistant to control. Carl Jung once described this struggle with precision. He warned that people avoid facing their souls. They chase distractions rather than confront inner darkness. Yet true thinking always begins with self-questioning honestly. Ask yourself, why do I believe this strongly? Where did this belief originate? Experience or influence? What fears stop me from challenging old assumptions? Each answer opens new space for wisdom and clarity. Critical thinking, therefore, is also self-discovery. It dismantles illusions built over years of conditioning. It reveals inner motives shaped by culture and fear. It transforms uncertainty into strength, not weakness or shame. This world does not need louder voices. It does not need faster reactions or noise. What it needs most is deeper minds everywhere. Minds willing to embrace silence, humility, and complexity. The choice lies before you right now. Will you surrender comfort for shallow, false certainty? Or will you reclaim thought and awaken courage? One choice leads to obedience, the other freedom. Every act of reflection pushes back against conformity. Every pause before reacting strengthens inner independence quietly. Every courageous question weakens manipulation's grip on society, and every thinker inspires others to awaken alongside them. This is how revolutions of mind always begin, not with violence, but with awareness and dialogue, not with shouting, but with curiosity and depth. One awakened thinker can ignite countless others silently. So let me leave you with this. Stay curious in a world addicted to certainty. Stay awake in a culture addicted to distraction. And above all, keep thinking when others refuse. Because once you reclaim your ability to think, you reclaim everything that makes you truly free.